By the way, before the video even starts, make sure to drink water and take care of yourselves. Make sure you're doing that shit. For real. Don't put that shit off. Go drink some water right now. Enjoy the rest of the video. Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're deep diving into the Chainsaw Man universe to answer a burning question I've had lately. Is Denji the best devil in the verse? To figure this out, we're going to compare and take a look at what Denji, aka the Chainsaw Devil, is so special compared to other devils in the series. By the way, before we get into this, there will be spoilers for the manga, so if you haven't read it, pause the video and come back once you're done. With that out of the way, let's get into it. First one up on the chopping block is the Chainsaw Devil itself, or as most of us know him as, Pochita. This devil represents the fear of the chainsaws and the destruction they bring. Secondly, Pochita's abilities include, and are not limited to, the power to erase other devils completely, not just defeat them but remove them from existence, incredible regeneration abilities, and the insane combat skills. Alongside that, he has the power to fuse with his host like when Pochita fused with Denji. It gives the users, or in this case Denji, the ability to transform parts of his body parts into chainsaws. Pochita's bond with Denji is super special, making Denji's powers both personal and deadly. Pochita with Denji at its host becomes a powerhouse of unstoppable fear and chaos that tramples anyone that gets in their way, as seen when he fought and defeated both the infamous Infinity Devil and the Katana Devil. In the manga, Denji's rise is not only rapid because he's not just a devil, he's a hybrid with a human heart, making him unpredictable and fueled by real emotions. Unlike nature, devils have almost no sense of freedom and choice, but instead follow their predetermined fear factor. That's pretty unique in the devil world, and on top of that, it's stated by the Infinity Devil itself in chapter 18 of the manga that this current version of Pochita is weaker than the previous interactions they've had before, meaning that at one point we could easily assume that the Chainsaw Devil could have easily killed the Infinity Devil before. And in the most recent times, the Chainsaw Devil has gone up against one of the verse's most feared devil, the Falling Devil. And although it doesn't look like it's going well for Denji, at least Denji is still alive after losing his battle. Next up, the Darkness Devil, one of the most terrifying devils out there. It embodies the primal fear of darkness itself. Though it hasn't appeared fully in the anime yet, the Darkness Devil's powers are massive and include controlling and manipulating shadows, inducing fear and anxiety in even the strongest of enemies, and on top of that, it's nearly unstoppable strength. It makes it one of the hardest devils to go up against in battle if you're not the best in your field, with its presence alone causing impending terror in people and disorientation. Is that how you say it? I don't fucking know. It's an ancient force that even the strongest devil hunters fear, including humanity itself. In chapter 64, the devil mutilated multiple devils and devil hunters at the same time. With so much ease, it looks like it hardly moved at all. And it's safe to say that this devil has no trouble dismantling anyone that stands in its way. So it's highly possible that Denji may have a strong competition in the long run for the title of the strongest devil. That being so, I still believe Denji has a shot at the devil if he figures out a strategy how to be able to harm the devil itself, but that's to be seen in the future. At this point, Denji might be number 2. If it wasn't for his erase ability, only time would tell. Then we have the Gun Devil, the embodiment of fear of guns and mass destruction. This devil is insanely fast and deadly and massive. It's an enormous mass of weapons that has a mind of its own, control over a vast number of arms and weapons. Its abilities include the ability to manipulate time through its sheer speed, and it's very difficult to defeat due to its overall overpowered stats in every category. It's said that it's capable of wiping out thousands in seconds with a single shot, similar to the look of an artillery gun, sticking and rising above anything else around it, with its main choice of gun sticking outside of its head. The Gun Devil's speed and destructive powers make it one of the most deadliest threats in the Chainsaw Man world. So deadly in fact that the total death count in the Chainsaw Man universe just due to the Gun Devil is in the millions right now. And the odd thing about the Gun Devil, besides its super cool design, which I actually love, is the fact that the Gun Devil itself is almost always non-present. What do I mean by this? Well, let me tell you. What I mean by this is that for such a huge devil that can be spotted from miles away due to its enormous mass, it's almost always missing and it's presumed to be in hiding, and because of that, it's known more for its blitz attacks more than its actual appearances, such as the one that killed Aki's family and hundreds of thousands in a couple minutes with one single shot. Although it may not have a direct link or connection to Denji's life and missions are heavily shaped by the Gun Devil's actions, making it a key rival force. It is the reason Denji doesn't have Aki in his life anymore, and it forever changes Denji's course in life alongside the way he thinks and behaves from here on out. Although Denji did defeat the Gun Devil's soul is still very well alive and can and will come back one day, and maybe Denji won't be so lucky next time. The Control Devil. Makima, or otherwise known as a Control Devil, represents the fear of losing control. Her powers are absolute dominion over others. She can control minds, bend everyday's people and powerful devils to her will, and heal from almost anything. Makima is a master manipulator and a strategist. From the very beginning, she's always been scheming and figuring out ways on how to get into the minds of everyone that hold value to her. And she's damn good at it as well. With her being able to manipulate Aki, Denji, and the whole private sector devil hunters, looking back at the show and the manga now, it's very easy and almost glaring into our souls how frightening and how creepy she is. It's almost as if the show and the manga are warning us something isn't right with the ever-staring lady that creeps us out. This, coupled with her complicated relationship with Denji, adds a whole new layer to the story, making it so sad how much Denji believed in her and confided in her like a mentor, only for him to find out how much she never really cared about him to begin with, but only wanted Puchita's power for herself. It's heart-wrenching, and I think that's the hidden deadliness of the Control Devil. It makes you lie in its web of comfortable lies while it lies beneath you. It's constantly finding ways on how to manipulate you and make you feel safe in its greedy grasp for more control and power for itself. It's a horrible dream-sucking parasite that will never stop unless it's completely eradicated. And it's always easy to see this devil taking over the Chainsaw Man universe completely. It's not out of the realm of reality, with only some other devils on this tier list being able to stop it in its track, which, spoiler, Denji did. But I believe if Denji had figured out that Makina was who she was, then it's entirely possible she could have taken over almost everything in the Chainsaw Man universe. Finally, last but not least, the War Devil, also known as Yoru. She's all about the fear of war and conflict between people and nations. Yoru's abilities are as follows. Yoru can create, manipulate, and control various weapons, especially swords. She possesses immense combat skills and durability for combat. She can also summon weapon-based constructs to attack enemies themselves. She exhibits heightened speed, strength, strategic battle intelligence. She also has the power to inspire or invoke or like instincts in others, sort of like manipulating them or compelling them to help her out. And finally, she uses weapons creatively in fights, showcasing tactical prowess and high intelligence in the midst of battle. Yoru's weapon-based abilities, similar to the Gun Devil, and her battle instincts make her a powerful ally and a fighter. Denji's contract with Yoru boosts his fighting capabilities even further than before, pushing him to new heights he's never been to. With her appearing first in chapter 112, and from there on out, she constantly commands her presence to be known and respected amongst the devils. Notable fights that have been seen in the manga are fights against Denji himself. With this being the case, it's funny she actually develops a contract with Denji, and then from there on out she became a main source of power for Denji to use. So knowing that it's possible that she could have and can defeat him if she plays her cards correctly, and I think she can, it's scary to think what she might do to Denji. So, is Denji the best devil? Well, it depends on how you see it. In terms of raw power and unique ability, the Chainsaw Devil's existence erasing power is unparalleled amongst devils and second to none, so that instantly makes it highly dangerous to go up against. But when you consider the raw destructive speed of the Gun Devil, the overwhelming control of Makima, or the ancient terror of the Darkness Devil, and the cunning destructiveness of the War Devil, Denji has some fierce competition. So, now that we covered all the devils that we know of that can pose a threat to Denji, let's pair them up on a one-on-one match to see which one is able to win and overcome their adversaries and fight Denji, to see who loses to Denji, or to see if Denji is capable and worthy of receiving the rank of the strongest devil. Coming up on match 1, we have the Darkness Devil versus the Gun Devil. The Gun Devil opens up with blinding speed, tearing through buildings and flesh in a storm of bullets, but the Darkness Devil doesn't need to move. Its mere presence crushes the mind and shatters the soul of the Gun Devil. Every shot slows down, every step feels like it's sinking into an endless void in the end. Speed means nothing if you can't bring yourself to pull the trigger. The Darkness Devil moves on to the second match. In match 2, we have the Control Devil versus the War Devil. The Control Devil plays the long game, bending soldiers, civilians, and even enemies into weapons against the War Devil. But here's the thing, the War Devil thrives in chaos. The more people fight, the stronger she becomes. It's manipulation versus momentum. And as the battle turns into an all-out bloodbath, War's power surges beyond Control's grip, meaning the War Devil advances. And now for the third matchup, the Darkness Devil versus the War Devil. Fear against conflict is what this theme is about. Darkness swallowing the battlefield and endless black, obscuring the vision of its enemies. War cutting through it with weapons forged from every single fallen soldier. Each blow carves reality itself, but fear creeps in, slowing war's movement, crippling and chipping away her will slowly but surely, and once hesitation sets in, it's all over. That's all it takes for the Darkness Devil to emerge victorious. Final round, we have Denji versus the Darkness Devil. One is fear itself, the other is a chainsaw that refuses to stop spinning. The Darkness Devil twists the air, breaks bones without touching them, but Denji keeps getting up. Every cut, every blow, he just laughs and swings harder the next time. It's chaos versus eternity, and I'll just leave that ending up to you. Who walks away from the final fight? Honestly, I think it's Denji, but knowing how the Darkness Devil works, more than likely our boy is cooked. But I'll let the final interpretation be left up to you guys. If you guys sticked around to the end of the video, I highly fuck with you guys. Thank you so much. These videos take time, as everyone says. It just does. It's a lot of fucking work, and I really appreciate you for sticking around. Hope you have a great day. Hope you take care of yourself. Remember to drink water. Please take care of yourselves. Have a great day.